Yes, I'd like to give a brief profile about Mr. Job Lazarus Okello. He was born in Gulu, northern Uganda, in the middle of a war over 2 decades ago. The war instilled Job with strong passion for fight for peace globally. He has been an activist his whole life since he was being educated through bullets in the middle of a war, as I said earlier. Job holds a diploma in Bible studies from Amazing Facts International Bible School, Switzerland, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering at Makerere University, Uganda, and a Master of Science in Industrial Engineering and Systems Management from Egypt, Japan University of Science and Technology, Egypt, and an honorary doctorate in diplomacy and an international relations from the International Internship University in India. He is currently the brand ambassador for several global organizations, including SDG Club India, All Lives Do Exist Global Peace Movement, USA, and Party Girls Book LLC, USA. And he is also a country advisor for the Glory Future Foundation in Bangladesh. He has received numerous awards for his efforts in transforming the world. In 2023, Mr. Job received the IIU Young Innovative African Most Influential Award from the International Internship University. Also in 2022, Mr. Job received the Best Talent Award in Research and Mentoring from SDG Club India International. He also received the Inspiring Man of Earth by Swana Bharat, Kariva Trust, and International Internship University. He's an author of many international best-selling books, including Life at the End of the Tunnel and With Time and Egg Walks. As a Pan-Africanist on a global mission, Mr. Job has delivered several passionate, eye-opening Pan-African lectures to people of all walks of life in several countries. His Pan-African views and ideas have been heavily influenced by the Pan-African philosophies of Kwame Nkrumah, Marcus Garvey, and Professor Lumumba, among others. We are so honored to have you here, Mr. Job. Thank you for being with us.
Presentation from our brother Joe from Uganda. Let's welcome him for his presentation.
Your Excellency, the President of African Voice International, fellow Africans and fellow global citizens. After listening to the elders, I asked myself, what more can I add? But African wisdom says, a child who washes his hands can eat with the elders. So I will eat with the elders. My hands are clean. A long time ago, in a high school in northern Uganda, there was a strike. The students were striking because of the bad policies in the school. So they arrested a teacher. The teacher used to beat them a lot. So when they arrested the teacher and they were carrying him and taking him to a place which was unknown, the teacher asked a question. Where are we going? The students told him, don't worry. You will understand as we go along. So they went to the teacher. As they moved, he kept on asking the question, but where are we going? Where are we going? The same answer came out. You shall find out as we go along. Today as Africans, we ask the same question. Where are we going? As the African race. This same question was on the mind of Kwame Nkrumah when he was fighting to liberate Africa. The same question was on the mind of Patrice Lumumba when he was fighting for the independence of DRC. The same question was in the mind of Julius Nyerere when he was fighting to liberate Tanzania. The same question is on our mind today. We should be aware of the wisdom that says, if you do not understand where the rain started beating you, then you never understand where you came from. So, before we answer where we are going, we must ask, where did we come from as Africans? When we know where we came from, then we can know where we are. Then we can design where we are going. When you open the pages of history, you will read that we were, at one point, commodified and sold into slavery. Then we were colonized. Our languages were colonized. Our culture was colonized. Our food was colonized. And our minds were colonized. And then there came a time when we fought for independence. We fought for true independence. But we got flag independence. So that beyond the flags, we are not free. Up to now. Those who fought for independence, they knew they were fighting for true independence. But something happened, which can best be understood using this story. There was a hunter who went to hunt a lion. He went to the bush to kill a lion that was disturbing people in his village. Along the way, this hunter met an antelope. And he killed the antelope. After killing the antelope, he threw his tools away and started celebrating, dancing, jumping around. He forgot that he left home to kill a lion. So while he was jumping and celebrating killing the antelope, the lion heard the noise. The lion was hungry, looking for something to eat. So the hunter was busy making noise and celebrating killing the antelope. The lion came and ate the hunter. So the hunter became the hunted. This is what happened to those who fought for independence. Most of them. They got flag independence. And they got used to power. They forgot that they left home to fight for real independence. So that when they met in Addis Ababa in 1963, when Kwame Nkrumah told them, let us live here as one Africa, with one army, one capital, they did not listen to him. Because they forgot that they were supposed to hunt the lion. So they became the hunted. When Julius Nyerere was speaking here in Ghana, he said, they were sorry to Kwame Nkrumah because they did not listen to him. So he was acknowledging that they were supposed to fight and kill the lion, but they were happy with the antelope. So where are we today? Where is Africa today? To understand where Africa is today, I tell you 3 stories. There was a man, a merchant, a businessman, who loved gold so much. He wanted gold so much that he couldn't even eat. So he sold his land. The only thing he had, he sold his land, all his land, got the money, and went looking for gold. He was told that somewhere along the coast, they were mining gold. So when he went there, he was struggling to get gold. He couldn't easily get it. Now the man who bought his land wanted land for his animals. He bought the land for his animals, to bring his animals to the land. So one day during the dry season, there was no water for the animals. So the man asked his workers to dig the well to get water for the animals. So as the workers were digging, they found something yellowish in color they'd never seen before. Something funny. So they went and told the man, come and see what we're finding. The man said, I don't need any story, I need water. Go back and dig. They went back and continued digging. The more they dug, the more they found the yellowy substances. They went back and told the man, come and see. The things are too much. So the man came and saw. And they were funny. You have never seen them before. It was discovered that those yellowy substances were gold. So that the largest deposit of gold in that country was on the land the other man sold. So the man sold his land with the gold he wanted and went looking for gold. He never got gold where he went. He saw in the newspapers the story of this man who found gold. On the front pages, man discovers gold accidentally. The word accidentally was in red. So that man saw the newspapers and bought the papers, desperate to know where that gold was found. When he discovered that the gold was found in the land he sold, he fell down and died. We are trying to understand where Africa is today. That man who sold his land represents many Africans today. As I move across Africa, this is exactly what I see happen. We are selling the land. The land. The land represents what we have. The minerals, the raw materials, everything we have. Especially in Africa. This week I was at the British Council attending a book launch. And I saw something that shocked me. I found young Africans. I think they have got visas to go to the UK. The way they were dancing, they are celebrating, getting the visa. I asked one of them, why are you so happy? A young lady. He said, I've been chasing this visa for 5 years. I finally got it. Finally, I'm leaving Ghana. I asked her, when do you think you will come back to Ghana? She said, don't ask me that question. Don't ask me. After leaving hell, who wants to come back to hell? That was her answer. So, to her, Ghana is hell. This is a story of many young Africans today. In 2022, I was in Burundi. And I saw a Kenyan lady. I met her at the US Embassy. She was denied the visa. And she was wailing and crying like a little baby. I asked the girl, what's the problem? She said she did not get the visa in Kenya. She went to Uganda, she didn't get it. Her only hope was that she would get it in Burundi. And she didn't get it. So she was crying and wailing like a little baby. I asked her, what is wrong with Kenya? Because when I was going to Burundi, I traveled from Egypt. On the same plane, there were Chinese who landed in Kenya. They were so happy. They were so happy to land in Kenya. I've never seen people happy like that. The way they were taking photos when they landed, as if they had landed at home. This is the Africa we are selling to those who see the gold that we cannot see. We can make a difference as an Africa. We can redefine where Africa will go. I love reading African literature. And I was reading Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. It's a book I love. In the book, Chinua Achebe posed this $1 trillion question. Where are the young suckers that should rise when the old banana trees die? Where are the young suckers that should rise when the old banana trees die? We are the young suckers. I mentioned this in some forum and somebody told me the old banana trees have refused to die. So what do we do? They are not dying. Should we kill them? We don't rise by killing people. We don't rise by bringing people down. We don't rise by fighting other people. So it's our time to rise and make a meaningful contribution to the struggle to build Africa. There was another girl, still in Burundi, when I was leaving the country. I think that girl finally got a chance to leave Burundi. When we were going to board the plane, the girl looked at the plane. She turned back and looked at the airport. She looked up and she knelt down and cried, praying, thanking God. Finally, she's leaving Burundi, crying and thanking God. So I sat with this girl in the plane and I asked her, where are you going? He said she's going to Turkey. I said, to do what? To work. To do what exactly? He said she's going to work in a restaurant. I said, then why were you crying? He said, you don't understand how Burundi is. You don't understand. Let me not talk about it. I said, but I was in the country for 16 days. I saw opportunities to build the country. So you never understand. You never understand. This is a story, a sad reality in Africa today. So we must redesign where we want to be. We live in an Africa where we live by chance and die by design. We live by chance and die by design. I look forward to an Africa in which we will live by design and die by chance. If you look at what happens in every sector, in every African country, when they steal money meant for building schools, we are designing our death. When we steal money meant for building hospitals, we are designing our death. When we steal money meant for agriculture, we are designing our death. So that we are contributing to designing our own death. Of course, there are outside forces that keep meeting. They keep meeting to design our death as well. So we must keep meeting to design our life as Africans. There are people meeting somewhere to design our death, to depopulate the world, so that they can get land in Africa. The agenda is so serious, so that in the next 25 years, if we are not careful, we will not have land for one people in Africa. So where are we going? Where are we going as Africans? In ancient Greece, the Greeks classified people into 3 groups. Listen carefully and examine yourself to see where you belong. According to the ancient Greeks, there were 3 kinds of people. They believed that in order for you to make any meaningful contribution to your society, you must understand your role. So according to them, there were idiots, there were tribesmen, and there were citizens. Who were the idiots according to the Greeks? They were not necessarily stupid people, no. They were people who were self-centered, who are selfish, who only care about themselves. Everything me. They don't care about the society. They are not responsible for anyone else in the society. So that when they're in offices, they steal money for themselves. They enrich themselves. They feed their baskets first. Those are the idiots. Then there are the tribesmen. These are not necessarily people who belong to any ethnic group, no. There's nothing wrong with belonging to an ethnic group. But these are people who belong to a clique, or a cycle, or a political party, or a religious affiliation. So that any view, any belief, any idea, which is not in line with what they believe in their group, they fight it. so that they are always right in their group. Anyone else who does not belong to their group is an enemy. And they fight you. Those are the tribesmen. They will fight to protect their tribes, those groups to which they belong. To them, they will fight to protect their tribes. Even if they have to destroy other people, they will do it. They are the citizens. These are the real people. These are people who sacrifice for others in the community. They can lay down their lives for others. When they are in offices, they don't steal. They use resources as they are meant to be used. These are citizens, people who build a society. So the simple question to you is, are you a citizen? Are you a tribesman? Or are you a self-centered, selfish idiot? This is all of us. If we must design the future of Africa, then we can only do that as citizens. We can never do that as idiots and tribesmen. When you look at any sector in your country, you will see the number of idiots and tribesmen is amazing. Given a chance, they can bring down a great country to its knees. They can destroy things achieved in 20 years in one day. It's happening in my country. It's happening here. It's happening in most African countries. So we are the leaders that we seek. We are the change makers we seek. The time is now to make a contribution. I met a farmer here who inspired me a lot. He's farming African grass cutters, delicious animals for which people burn forests to hunt in my village. So this man said he is going to make his contribution to building Africa through farming. So he's going around training farmers, teaching them with one goal: to be self-reliant through agriculture. You tell me, which African country today is not a net importer of food? Not one. Not one. There is no African country that feeds herself today. So that's what that farmer is doing. It's amazing. In which area will you make your contribution? May we rise and lead Africa to the promised land. The struggle is like a relay race. I love watching a relay race. You run with the baton and hand it over to the next person. But you are not successful until every member of your team succeeds. That's how we're supposed to fight to liberate Africa. First, we need to liberate our minds. When the reggae singer was here, he played a song by Bob Marley. I love that song. In the song, Bob Marley said, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind." The question then becomes, are we mentally free? Are we mentally free? Are we free in the mind? Because if you're not free in the mind, then you can never know true freedom. I picture Africa like a bird which is in a cage. The bird was arrested and put in a cage. And the cage was locked up. So the bird was traveling in the cage for freedom. Until there came a time when the bird stopped struggling and got used to the conditioning in the cage. A time came when the gate was open, a strong wind blew, and opened the cage. But the bird never came out because the bird was already used with the conditioning in the cage. This is how many Africans are today. We were enslaved, but today the cage is open. But we have not moved out of the cage. So move out of the cage. Move out and free yourself. So let us run with the baton and run well. Let us nurture those who should take over from us. I believe we can transform Africa and we can build the Africa we want. The onus is on us, young Africans. If we don't do the work, nobody will come from any place and do Africa for us. Nobody. The Chinese know this. I met a young Chinese boy in Athens, in Greece. And when I meet these people, I'm not very, very curious. I want to talk to them and understand their minds. So this boy said, the phone you're using to take photos, that phone was made by interns in China. Our interns, students who are interning, they make those phones. So what are you making here in Africa that you can boast of? Such story. We can make a difference. So may we go back today, knowing in our hands lies the future of Africa. Let us be citizens who will be in the arena of action. Because sometimes we talk like this and we stop here. Beyond the rhetorics, what do? We must act. Because the Africa we want will not be built by singing, but by swinging into action. So what actions are we going to take to build Africa? Thank you very much.